Hello, and thank you for tuning into the Stuff I Heard podcast. I'm your host, Joshua Peak, and this is Labor Day weekend, everybody. Um, I'm kind of curious, like, how did Labor Day get started? And I know that, like, everybody out there is listening, and you're probably after Labor Day that you're listening to this. Um, but I wonder how this began, and I'm going to look it up because I'm curious. Um, it says that Labor Day is a federal holiday celebrated on the first Monday of September to honor and recognize the American labor movement and the works and contributions of laborers and the development of achievements throughout the United States. Interesting. It says beginning in the late 19th century, the trade unions and labor movements grew, and they wanted to, the unionists wanted to propose that they set aside a celebration for labor. And so they promoted this thing, Central Labor Union, the Knights of Labor, which organized the first parade in New York City. And by the time it became a federal holiday in 1894, 30 states in the U.S. officially celebrated Labor Day. Interesting. Canada also has a Labor Day on the first Monday of September. And more than 150 other countries celebrate International Workers' Day on May 1st. The European holiday May Day was chosen in the second blah 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 for to kind of put off labor strikes. Huh. How about that? See, I didn't even know. Now, here's the weird thing is, um, I've worked most Labor Days, even though it's supposed to be a celebration and a time to take off to enjoy the fact that, you know, a lot of us labor pretty hard. We go to work every day. We put in time. And unfortunately, I've had jobs that have required me to work on Labor Day for the most part. The exception being in the military. Whenever we were not doing anything, there was a long Labor Day weekend. It was a, hey man, we know everybody wants to go home to see their families, so you guys take Friday and Monday off, and just be back at work on Tuesday or something like that. I forget exactly how it worked, but I remember having a really cool weekend whenever it was like a holiday, a federal holiday. You know, since then, though, every job I've had is just like, yeah, work and work and work and work. And oh, yeah, that Labor Day, work again. And I mean, you know, we'll try to get you off early, maybe. Now, I've been lucky in the fact that the company I'm with now pays me an additional pay for coming in and working on a holiday, such as Labor Day. So that's nice, to get a little extra money. But again, there's not a lot you can get back from your time in life. And it seems to go by very quickly. Like we all focus on our path, we all focus on taking care of our bills and our responsibilities. And it's very easy to, I say very easy, it's relatively easy to put your head down and just focus on the task, right? Got to show up, got to do the thing, got to pay the bills. None of us ever, like when we were kids, thought that, oh, one day I'm gonna do whatever I want. We all think that, and then you find out that, well, in order to do what you want, you have to do a lot of other things to kind of, make up for that part. You have to show up to work at a job that maybe you don't like and work for people maybe you don't like and do things that you don't like to do. Maybe. Maybe you get to do the things you like to do, but it don't pay enough. So you're like, what else can I do to make money? Or maybe you're lucky and you have the dream job of I'm doing what I always wanted. I'm getting paid for it. And it's super great. Life's groovy, man. If you're that person, congrats. You won at life. That's amazing. Um, some people just do whatever they have to do. Most of us just do whatever we have to do. And some of us get lucky enough to be paid decently for what we do. Um, what's better than $1? $2, right? Um, yes, it's great to get compensated for the work that you do, but once in a while it's just it doesn't matter. I mean, yes, it's great to have some extra money. Yes, it's great to be able to afford to do things for your family that you don't normally get to do, like travel, like, being able to afford them education in a level that wasn't given to you, or being able to pay your house off, or I don't know, afford a new roof, or be able to afford a new dryer if your dryer goes out, or to fix your car if it ever has problems, or to buy a new car if need be. I mean, all those things require money, and all those things, they say money can't buy happiness. You drop some money in my lap and see if I'm not happy. I'm going to find a way to be happy. Oh yeah, buddy. I think we all will. The problem is when you let that just go crazy. Like in you sort of need struggles in life to appreciate what things are. Um, give you an example. Okay, I'm watching Disney Jeopardy this morning, and one of the Disney Jeopardy clues is about a voice of a character, and on there I hear David Spade's voice, and it's he plays Cusco on The Emperor's New Groove. And on The Emperor's New Groove, for those of you who've never watched the little cartoon movie, it's very good. It's very funny. They show him as a baby and how he cries, and then when he cries, somebody hands him something, and that just gets expanded upon tenfold because he's the emperor, like he's a baby emperor, and then his whole life, like anything he wants, is just handed to him. And the whole premise of that movie is that he then gets turned into a llama. Oh, spoiler alert! A witch turns him into a llama, and he spends the rest of his days trying to figure out how to get back to the palace to somehow transform himself back into himself. And he learns lessons along the way. He meets a guy named Pacha, and he learns what real struggle is like, and also what real happiness is like. Sometimes the happiness is not in the things that you have, but in the people that are around you, and the life that you live, and how connected you are to people. All that stuff matters. And yeah, I mean, that's great. And if you ever, let's just say, for instance, win the lottery, because the lottery's above $1 billion right now. And listen, I bought tickets because I thought, hey, why not? I'm 51 years old. It's sure nice to be independently wealthy at this point in life. I've learned a lot of lessons. I have a lot of people that I could help. It'd be pretty awesome to have a little coin in my pocket to just toss around. Um, didn't win, but also, it's nice to fantasize about the idea, that dream of, boy, what if finances were not a problem at all? And I could do for myself and others in ways that I can only dream about. When I was younger, I used to dream about being able to afford to take my grandparents on vacations that they would dream about and could never do. And while I was never able to do that, um, I was able to take myself and my wife and at times my kids on vacations that were just amazing. And that experience in life cannot be replicated. It can't be, um, it's just irreplaceable as a memory. Now, I know that we have a finite time of life wherever our memories are going to be present, but you want to fill up as much of that time with those memories. And then again, you're back into that trade off of, okay, I have to labor, I have to work, I have to show up every day, I have to do the thing that work requires of me so that I can then receive a paycheck to do those things. And if you do it well enough, maybe it turns out that you get to live the life that you dreamed of, and you get to do all the things you wanted to do. And you know, who knows? Here's to you. Hope it works out. But in the meanwhile, sometimes some of us have to go to work on the day when everybody else has the day off to play. And that will be me tomorrow. I will go to work because that's what I do. I was asked before on a podcast, this podcast, by Liz and my wife, what is your dream job? And I don't have a dream. And I know some people are like, oh, that's so sad. No, no, it's not. I don't have a dream. I have a task. Okay. I have that trade off. I have that I'll show up and I'll work and I'll do what you say, and it'll turn into money because that's the dream. The dream job is money. Some people ask, what is it you do for a living? I make money. I mean, the rest of it, does it matter? I make money. Um, I provide. I take care of my responsibilities. I hopefully have a little extra to play with and do some things I want to do with. And listen, that's what we all do, whether we realize it or not. I mean, some people are like, "Oh, I'm a teacher. I mold minds." Okay, yeah, true. I mean, that's great. Listen, I love teachers. Some of my favorite people are teachers. A lot of us just do jobs. Okay. And what I do is considered a job. I do a job. It's turned into a career. I mean, let's face it. 18 years at this location doing this job, and I'm not going anywhere. So this is my career. But also, it's like my mom asked me one time, she said, does work define you? And I said, well, yeah, doesn't work define you? And she was like, I hope not. I was like, what do you mean you hope not? You've built a whole life on your name and your career and your ability to help people and teach people to do the things that you know how to do. Your life is your work, and your work is amazing. But also, like, what is it? What do you do with your hands when you're not at work? And I have that. I have that thing in me. I have that. What do I do with my hands when I'm not at work? For those of you not on YouTube right now, my hands are kind of cut up and scarred up right now because I've been working underneath my Jeep cleaning up after our trip to Great Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion and also to Windrock Park. I brought back a good bit of the park with me underneath the Jeep. Even though I've cleaned it and cleaned it and cleaned it and cleaned it and cleaned it, I figured up I probably cleaned about 12 hours worth of trying to clean up the mud and the dirt from underneath this Jeep. And surely I have to figure out a better way. I'm sure there's like chemicals I can buy that I could spray before I go that would help the stuff come off easier. I'm sure that there's chemicals I could buy that I could spray under there whenever I get back to make it easier to come off. But yesterday, I got to tell you, the weather was nice, and I actually got to enjoy myself. I sat the Jeep right outside the garage, have a TV in my garage. Listen, the fact that I have a TV in my garage, oh my goodness! Like if little me could have said one day you're gonna have a house with a garage and a Jeep and a TV in the garage, and you'll be able to watch that TV while you're underneath your Jeep cleaning, and you'll have a fan blowing on you. So listen, I create my own work in a lot of ways, and I get that. I labor sometimes out of fun. That's the messed up part, right? Whenever you think to yourself, "Wait, I'm supposed to enjoy this time off. I'm supposed to relax." Yeah, are you? Because your body is built for work, whether you realize it or not. You're meant to go through heartache and anguish and strife and achieve things and struggle for things. And your greatest joy is going to be overcoming those struggles. Um, there's a weird statistic out there that says poor people don't kill themselves because they're always trying to do better. They're always striving for better. Um, Maybe there's some truth in that. Okay. But I found myself underneath the Jeep yesterday. Perfect weather. I had gone out yesterday morning with my wife. We had walked the rail trail, taken some friends to the airport, walked their little doggy, had a good time hanging out with Ollie. Um, Beautiful weather. Got to go get some coffee with my wife, some gourmet coffee that I don't normally drink in a nice little place that was locally owned, and got to support. Was it Lula's? Lula? I don't even know what it's called. Lulu's coffee. Really good coffee. But also like in my mind, just slow down the day. Go to Sam's, pick up some stuff that we need, um, swing back by the house, and then I got up underneath the Jeep with the football game on, watching Oklahoma or watching Ohio State and Texas. Congratulations, Ohio State. Watching them play on the TV in the garage while I'm underneath the Jeep, and the fan is on me, and the wind is just right. And I just took my time and cleaned. Everywhere where I saw mud and dirt, I rubbed and cleaned and used a brush and used I bought some kind of like car cleaner stuff with purple power built into it. And that worked great. But I cleaned and cleaned and cleaned and cleaned and cleaned and cleaned in about 4.5 hours. Cleaned. Is it clean yet? By some people's standards, yeah. If I climb under there right now, you'll go, did you even do anything? Because it's still going to look dirty. There's always going to be dirt. There's always going to be dirt. And that's kind of like the lesson for life, though, right? No matter what you do in life, there's always going to be more you could do. And that's kind of why our brains work in this weird psycho pattern, like I just explained all this with. Some people call it ADHD. Some people call it attention deficit disorder. I call it spaghetti brain. Um, neurospicy is what I've heard some people say. It's trying to say all of the things and not being able to say any of it. When I was younger, I had a problem stuttering, and they had me go to a speech therapist when I was in sixth grade. That really helped a lot. But it was because my brain was working faster than my mouth was. And when I got older, I still struggled with it, but I was shy because I felt like if I got in a hurry and wanted to say the things that were in my brain, it would come out as a stutter again. And it wasn't until I got into, weirdly enough, typing class that I was able to write with my fingers faster than my, or as fast as my brain could go, sort of. With a typewriter, this is the old style typewriter. You actually had to put some force into it. So it's like concentrating on a thing and using all your fingers to type at the same time, which is way faster than just writing. And I don't know, weirdly faster than talking. I couldn't explain it, but I got the typing really well. I got about 65, 70 words a minute. And then I got into keyboarding and then in computer classes and stuff like that. And I just saw that as like the future. Part of me was going to it because I was like, well, the pretty girls are in this class. Let me take this class. Maybe I could be friends with some of them. And that did kind of work that way. But also, like, I knew that computers were around the corner and that, hey, if I learn to type, maybe that's kind of helpful in the future. And it has been helpful. But once I got to be able to type really fast, I could just think and write at the same time. Just now, sometimes it didn't make any sense. Sometimes my brain was faster than my fingers, and sometimes I'd get finger cramps and be like, "Oh, my fingers, ah!" Right? But listen, it's all part of it. It's all part of this life. I guess what I'm trying to say is full circle. I guess what I'm trying to say is it is Labor Day tomorrow. I hope everybody gets to enjoy their day if that's what you want to do. Or maybe you got a Jeep that you want to climb underneath and work on. And this is your chance to then do that. I don't know. I don't know what your thing is. Whatever your thing is, I hope you get to do it. Um, if you enjoy your job, I hope you get to work and enjoy your job and help other people and do all the things you want to do. If you don't want to work, I hope you get the day off. There you go. Why can't it just be all of the above? I know why it can't be because some people need to show up to work because otherwise this all falls apart. We can't all have the day off. It just doesn't work that way. It could, but it would take a big effort. All the gas stations closed, all the pharmacies closed, all the grocery stores, convenience stores, all the places you like to eat closed. Ooh, that'd be creepy, right? It'd be like that thing with Will Ferrell where he's like, I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm kind of that way. That's why my hands look this way. So anyway, yeah. Did any of that make sense, or do I sound like a crazy person? I think it makes sense. If you're still here, I appreciate it. Big shout out to Lula's or Lulu's Lula. What the heck is it named? Is it Lula? Lula's. Lula apostrophe S. That's what it's called. Okay. I liked it. It was cute. It was a cute little coffee shop. Um, Florence for a lot of my life has been not the place I wanted to live because I had been to other places that offered cooler things, cooler people, cooler music, cooler decorations, cooler murals on the sides of buildings. And I'd come back to Florence and it literally looked like an industrial rollout of we're doing the bare minimum. I mean, we got the square tile on the roof, on the ceiling, and hey, there's some people showed up to work today, so good luck. I mean, I like places where people put their heart into things, and you go to some places while you're traveling, and you get to go to that coffee shop where they've been there for 20 years and they got the same people that come in all the time, and then you've got this cute little deli thing that's built into it where they make some funky sandwiches. And there's a chick with purple hair that's like, hey, can I interest you in signing up for our 5K later or something like that? I don't know. Um, that's kind of neat. I mean, I kind of dig the bohemian little part of life, as well as that, hard knuckled show up to work and do whatever you have to do kind of mentality. Why can't we have a little blue collar with a little bit of hippy dippy? That's all I'm saying. I mean, there's benefits to both, right? When I go get gas, I just want to go get gas, right? I just want to show up, pull up, pump my gas, and leave. In the military, I had this perfect place that we would go to on base where it was like a drive through. You pull in one direction, everybody's in line, okay? And then once you pull in, there were aisles that you pull into, just boom, 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 boom. And it's just whichever one was open, you go to the next one. Kind of like registers at a store where the next one open, you just go to. There was a line of pumps. Okay. And you just go to the next pump and you fuel up and you pay right there at the pump, or you can pull up and pay at the thing at the end. And I mean, quick in, quick out. It's a function. Do your thing and get out of there. Right. But I realize convenience stores are there for a reason. They're there for convenience. Technically, they're there to make money. And they do make a lot of money because they're selling you chewing gum for $5 a thing, or Snickers bar for $6 or something like that. Oh, I really want an energy drink because I haven't had heart palpitations today. Oh, well, come on in and get you two of them for $8. You know, stuff like that. But it's just a functionary thing, right? I need gas. Give me gas. I'm going to pay you for gas. Give me gas. If it's cheap gas, that's where I'm going to go because gas is gas is gas. Um, but if I go out to eat, I want something a little extra. I want something a little nice. I want people to actually give a crap about what they're making. It would be great to be in these kitchens where everybody's excited about what they do. They can't wait to be part of it. And listen, I've worked in kitchens where that's possible. And I've seen kitchens where nobody cares. And it definitely makes a difference when people care. But to do that, owners have to like invest their people into what they do, and they have to have them a part of it, and they have to share the wealth and be present. You can't just set it up and running and then bounce out and hope that everybody does the right thing. You got to be present. It matters if you're there because it's your endeavor, it's your thought, it's your hope. But also, like, I don't know, make things cool again. Like here in Florence, it can be cool. Lula's coffee here in Florence. That's my little thing about stuff I heard. Okay, if you're in Florence, South Carolina, go check out Lula's. Lulas. There's a couple of them in town. Go check out Lula's. Really good coffee, really neat place, nice people, cool music playing. Um, it's not pretentious. It's not, oh my God, I can't believe you ordered coffee. It's nice people. Okay. And that's what you want. So shout out to Lula's. I appreciated you guys. That was great. That was a good experience. Um, and then we went by Bojangles and got a biscuit because that's how we roll. We're still Southern, and Bojangles is special in our hearts. So, anywho, I know I'm all over the place. I do want to talk a little bit about yesterday. There was college football on TV. Ohio State, congrats. It was weird listening to the announcers talk about the fact that that was the first time in 50 years that a number one team was entering their game as the underdog, or their first game as the underdog. And I was like, well, then why are they ranked number one? Because that's stupid. Ohio State won, and they should have won. They played well. Good job, Ohio State. Um, it was interesting to see how some teams were ranked and playing each other, and some teams were playing goofball nobody teams. Like Penn State's ranked number two, and they were playing nobody. I mean, they're playing some crap little school team. Why? Why would you do that? As a number two school, why would you even have that on your schedule for your first game when everybody else is playing quality people? Georgia played nobody. I mean, there were several teams that I was like, "What? What? That's I don't agree with that." I thought there was some great competition on TV yesterday. I really enjoyed it. Congrats to Florida State. Holy crap. You guys won two games last year and you beat Alabama to begin the season. Alabama was pre ranked number eighth. Florida State was not ranked. and they brought it. I'm telling you, they brought it. They beat Alabama. And you can tell Nick Saban is not at Alabama anymore, because Florida State took it to him. Lee Corso retired, coached for 6 different teams, played. Um, every team that he picked to win were teams that he used to coach for. They all won yesterday, which is a crazy stat. For me, Lee Corso has been college football, just like Chris Berman was the NFL for me growing up. He was the voice of the NFL. Lee Corso has just been the voice of college football. I mean, but it's time for him to retire. It's been time for him to retire for a while, but now is when it's happening, and I have really enjoyed watching him on College Game Day. So I'm sure Herb Street and the team will continue to do what they do, and looking forward to it. Today we got a really good game. The Gamecocks are going to be playing Virginia Tech. I'm sure they're going to use the storyline of the fact that Beamer's dad is a historic coach for the Virginia Tech Hokies. But go Gamecocks. Also, Clemson lost last night against LSU. Now, both teams were ranked, pretty highly ranked. I think it was number 9 versus number something 4. I don't know what it was, but good game. Clemson lost, LSU won, but still doesn't matter. Good game. Neither one of those teams should feel bad about the way they played. They were both really tough games. They both played really tough. They brought it. Both teams did. It just came down to the very end, and that's what you want. In competition, you want everybody's best, and they sure had it. So that's all. I'm just going to wrap this up now. Thanks for listening, everybody. I appreciate it. If you want to watch something cool on Netflix, go check out the Lazarus Project. I'm pretty excited about it. It's only got 2 seasons. They're not doing a third. They've canceled it. But it's a pretty wild time loop, butterfly effect kind of movie show. It's British, but they're in a loop that they have to save the world, and then things just go awry because they're human and they make mistakes, and they're selfish at times, and they a little thing affects everything. A guy eating a burrito could change the effects of the entire day. Just little things, and that's kind of like life, right? So appreciate everybody listening and watching. I am learning a little bit about TikTok and posting there as well. So if you're looking for stuff I heard on TikTok, it's there. Lots of Jeep stuff. But yeah, y'all take care of one another. Enjoy your Labor Day. And as always, cue the cow.
Cue the cow. Moo, baby.